Oh hey, it's Nombly with Game of the Week, and this is Hearthstone. I don't play Hearthstone ever at all. Um, but I opened my Blizzard launcher the other day, and they had given me 80 free packs. As well as I had about 22 other packs just sitting in my account for some reason. So I'm gonna open these packs, or I'm gonna continue opening these packs. I'm gonna give like a guess on if a card is good or not. Again, I have not played since Goblins vs. Gnomes, so don't take any of this seriously at all. Do not build packs off of, or do not build decks off of my recommendations, because I have a very high percentage of being wrong about every card. So let's go. Let's have a little fun. Don't take this seriously. Alright, first 5 cards of the next 20 packs. Careless Machinist. Mechanist? Machinist? I don't know. After you draw your second card in a turn, destroy this. What? 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 No. No. I don't want a card that destroys itself just because I'm doing well on card draw. Are you kidding me? Can you wait, could you like draw like 5 cards and then throw this down at the end of the turn? Because then it would be okay. But if you throw this down after having drawn 2 cards and it just dies immediately, that would be hilarious. Alright, Spellbooking Student, Battle Cry. Summon a copy of a friendly location. Huh. I know that locations are kind of like, they're usually pretty decent because they stick around for like 3 uses. Could be good. Could be good. But then again, also common, so makes me think that probably not the best. Especially 5 mana 5/5. 1 mana, synthesize, at a random 1, 2, 3. Oh, I already reviewed this one. Dust Bunny, Battle Cry, and Death Rattle. Add a random piece of junk to your hand. A coin, a rock, a banana, or a knife. 3 mana, 3/2. A coin would be great. That sets up all your combos and gives you an extra mana. A banana is what? A 1 mana +1/+1 to a minion? Holy loud car outside. I don't know what a knife is, and I don't know what a rock is. Like, I know what a knife and a rock are, but I don't know what their cards are. But it's a Battle Cry and a Death Rattle that just gives you combo cards. This seems like a good card. But 3 mana 3/2 is a little It's gonna die right away. You're not summoning this for the body. Runes of Darkness. Discover a weapon. Spend 3 corpses to give it +1/+1. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Why not? Sounds good to me. Oh, epic. Tainted Remnant. Oh, I just hit my mic again. I am a disaster tonight. Tainted Remnant, 5 mana, 7/4. If you played an elemental last turn, deal 7 damage, split randomly between all enemies. Seems good to me. It seems like elemental mage is a thing. So, we already seen fetch. Oh my god, I keep hitting the mic. I'm a bad person. Chemical Spill. Summon the highest cost minion from your hand, then deal 5 damage to it. Why? Why? Are there high health minions that warrior has that can, or they could be Death Rattle minions too, from your hand? You have to already have a good card in your hand for this. I mean, if you're playing this, you're playing it with another card specifically in mind, right? Yeah. I'm gonna adjust the volume a little bit, turn up. There we go. Get a little bit more tavern music in here. Alright, Stargrazer. Stargrazer. Elusive Taunt Spellburst. Now we get to see what elusive is. Elusive. Can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. Okay. It didn't used to be called elusive back when I used to play. As a druid, 888. Elusive Taunt Spellburst. Give your hero 8 attack this turn and gain 8 armor. I know that druid can ramp towards bigger cards a lot quicker than other classes. This card is... Oh, it's a taunt that can't be targeted by spells that gives you 8/8. It's good, right? Like, it could be good? Can druids survive to get to 8 to play this? Is there something that can kill an elusive monster easily other than trading? I feel like this is a good card. I'm not sure about this one. It breaks all the rules of expensive card bad. Take to the skies, draw 2 dragons, give them +1/+1. Druid's gotta be dragon now, right? It's gotta be... Seeing this stuff, there's gotta be dragon druid. That's cementing it in my mind. This is a good card. Good card. Draw 2 cards for 3. Specifically thinning your deck of minions. And also giving them +1/+1. It's gotta be good. It's gotta be good. Alright, Acupuncture. Deal 4 damage to both heroes. Well, Priest can heal itself, right? But do you want to put it in your deck? Can you boost this? You can boost this with like spell power. Wasn't there like a card in like Prophet Velen or something that would like double your holy damage? Is there one for Shadow as well? Was it all spells? I don't remember. Potential? Question mark? Alright, here's our first tradable card. Speaker Stomper. Tradable, battle cry, enemy spells cost 2 more next turn. This is a... it reminds me of that card from Naxxramas. The one that would make it so that the enemy spells costed 5 more next turn. I don't remember what it was called. Arena Fodder, right? Arena Fodder. After your hero attacks, summon a 1-cost minion from your deck, the Trusty Fishing Rod. It's good. It's good, right? You just go face with it and get a 1-cost minion on the board. It's good. Hunter's usually aggro, so it's probably got a lot of 1-cost minions, and if they're Death Rattle, then even better. Spontaneous Combustion. Deal 4 damage to a random enemy. If you played an elemental last turn, choose the target. That's new. 2 mana, deal 4 damage is good. You're probably playing elementals anyways, because it seems like that's the theme for Mage that I'm getting out of these decks. Infested Watcher. Taunt, Death Rattle, get 2 1/1 Chaotic Tendrils. Chaotic Tendrils keep showing up. There's a thing, right? It's gotta be a thing. 4 mana 4/4 is fine. It's fine. It's not crazy good. Like 4 mana 5/6 was a thing back in the day, right? For Priest? Or was it 5 mana 5/6? I don't remember. But if you're doing Chaotic Tendril stuff, it's good. Legendary. What the f is that? Uh, Mr. Mukla. Signature legendary? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Scarab keychain. Discover a 2-cost card. Battle cry. If you get that in arena, that's real good. Because you're just playing your curve, right? I don't know what this is. Mr. Mukla. Rush battle cry. Fill your opponent's hand with bananas. Does something when you play it from your hand, and it's a 6 mana 10/10 with Rush. That fills your opponent's hand. So it guarantees... Oh, if you play this with like Cold Light Oracle and you're like burning the cards out of their deck, that could be a lot of fun. Is Cold Light Oracle still legal? If there's something, if a mill deck exists, this is awesome. But Hunter Mill? Hunter Mill? Is that a thing? Not to mention, their next turn they have to spend mana to get rid of the bananas in their hand. I don't know, man. Like, it's not good, right? It's a meme card. It can't be good. Even as a 6 mana 10/10 with Rush, it can't be good, right? It's interesting that they have full art cards now, though. I didn't know that was a thing. Alright, cosplay contestant. After your opponent plays a minion, transform into a 3/4 copy of it. Huh. So it kind of stops your opponent from playing a good card, or a card with a good effect, because you'll copy the effect. So they're just going to throw something fodderish, right? That doesn't have an effect. Or an effect like that is a battle cry that won't go off for you because the card's already played. It's a bad card. Chillomatic. Magnetic. Freeze any character damaged by this minion. Oh, this is Snow Chugger. This is just Snow Chugger that's magnetic, right? That's all it is. Okay, Snow Chugger was good back in the day. So this is probably decent at best. Decent at worst. Lawful Longarm, we've already seen that one. Triangulate. Discover a different spell from your deck. Shuffle 3 copies of it into your deck. A different spell from your deck. What does that mean? Oh, so you can't... Oh, so you can't get another Triangulate. Okay. Shuffle 3 copies of it into your deck. So you would have 5 copies of that spell in your deck, is what you're saying. That... If there's one spell that's just absolutely broken for Shaman, then this makes it even more broken. So good. It's gotta be good, right? Later on, you can use it to refill your deck when you're getting close to fatigue, if that's a thing. I don't know. Moonstone Mauler, we've already seen. Malefic Rook. Battle cry, attack your hero? What? Are there still quests in this game where like your hero needs to take a certain amount of damage? If that's a thing, then this card is crazy for Warlock. Like if you're trying to take damage, you throw your quest down, you take damage from your own Rook, you now have a 5/6 on board, and you've completed your quest. If that's a thing, then cool. Frequency Oscillator Battle Cry. The next mech you play costs 1 less. It's good. It's good. If you're playing a mech deck, it's good. It's good. 1 Taste of Chaos. Deal 2 damage to a minion. Finale. Discover a fell spell. Deal 2 damage to a minion for 1 and discover a fell spell for Demon Hunter. It's good. It's gotta be good, right? 1 mana cost card that gets you another spell. Gotta be good. Unlucky Powderman. taunt, death rattle. Give taunt minions in your hand and deck +1/+1. Is taunt warrior a thing? I know that they've tried in the past to make taunt warrior a thing, and it never worked in the past. So I'm gonna say it might just, like, 2 mana 2/3 is the going rate for stats at 2 mana, or it was rather. It depends on if 2 cost cards are bad at the time. Might be good, might be bad. I'd play with it. It looks like a fun card if you can get Taunt Warrior to work. Discover a spell from your deck. Northern Navigation. Discover a spell from your deck. If it's a frost spell, freeze a random enemy minion. 2 mana, discover a card from your deck. It depends on how many frost spells are good in Death Knight. I don't know, man. Puppet Theater. Choose an enemy minion, get a 1/1 copy of it that costs 1. This reminds me of that card that they gave away for free at one point, where it was like, or no, it wasn't free. Was Barnes free? I don't remember. I think it was called Barnes, where it would like make a copy, a 1/1 copy of whatever card you picked. Choose an enemy minion, get a 1/1 copy that costs 1. I mean, your opponent is typically always going to play good minions, but the question is, do those good minions synergize with your deck, or are they just good on their own, right? For 4 mana, get 2 1/1s. It's only got 2 health. You can only do it twice. It depends on if your enemy is playing a deck that has good effects on their cards or not. I don't know. Staff of the Primus. After your hero attacks, shuffle a random plague into your opponent's deck. What is a plague? I don't know what a plague is. I know what a plague is, but I don't know what a plague is in this context. So, it's a 1 mana card, so unless there are other weapons in Death Knight that are that are much more efficient, which I imagine there are because it's Death Knight, this is probably a decent card. Rising Waves, deal 2 damage to all minions. If none die, deal 2 more. 3 mana, deal 4 damage, in other words. 3 mana, 100%. But you also hit your minions, right? But it's a card to use against aggro. 3 mana, 2 damage is just better than Consecrate was. And if none die, you do 3 mana, 4 damage. It's good. It's gotta be good. Oh, legendary. We'll leave the legendary till the end. Give your hero +2 attacks, or +2 attack this turn, gain 4 armor. Swaps each turn. So would that change it to give your hero +4 attack and gain 2 armor? Is that what it means by swap? That's probably what it means. Either way, it's a good card. Battle Cry. Rune Fueled Golem Battle Cry. Discover a weapon from any class. Too much variance. Manager. Deal 2 damage, combo, get a coin. Good card. Good combo. Good combo. Maybe too costly though? 2 mana? I could see this be a 1 mana, deal 2 damage, get a coin. It makes it a 1 mana because you get the coin, right? It looks good to me. Spirit Peddler, 6 mana, 6/6. Ooh. Rush, Death Rattle, reduce the cost of a random minion in your hand by 6. I mean, most of the time this is going to hit a minion that has less than 6 cost in your hand already. Unless you're playing like incredibly efficiently and hitting your curve massively, this is gonna waste. But if it hits something good that could be game ending, imagine playing an 8 cost card for 2 mana, or a 10 cost card for 4 mana. Like, if you have this and a 10 cost card in your hand, and they're the only 2 cards in your hand, you play this, it rushes the enemy face, or rushes whatever's blocking. It might be like a taunt or something. You can't rush face, you can only charge face. You rush the taunt in front of you, you destroy it, and then you play your 10 mana card, and then it doesn't have charge, and you're screwed anyway. So, I mean, you're begging for a board wipe if you do something like that. Alright, I think it's too slow. Rin, Orchestrator of Doom. Taunt, Death Rattle. Both players draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, and destroy the top 2 cards of their deck. Huh. This kind of hits a... If your enemy's hand is empty, you basically just destroy 4 cards from their deck, right? You could fish for another card that you want by using her. 5, 3, 6. I mean, Death Rattle though. It's a Death Rattle, which means it could be silenced, or it could be, what was that one card where like all cards were sent to the void and you didn't cast their Death Rattles because they were removed from play. They weren't destroyed. It was a Warlock card too, I don't remember. I think it's fun. I don't think it's good. I think it's fun. Alright. Harmonic Mood, we've already seen. Bottomless Toy Chest, we've already seen. Alloy Advisor, Taunt. Whenever this minion takes damage, gain 3 armor. This card's good. It just has to be good, right? It reminds me of that, the card that they had back in the Cthulhu days, where it was like a 5 mana 5/5 that gave you 4 armor or 6 armor or something like that, and it would go shields up. And I remember always wanting that deck to be good because Warrior was so much fun back then. If this is anything like that card used to be, this card is good, right? Especially if you're running cards that deal 1 damage. Like 1 damage, gain 3 armor. I don't know if it's too slow. At 4 mana, it might be too slow. But it seems good. Triple Wick Trickster. Battlecry, deal 2 damage to a random enemy 3 times. This reminds me of that card where it would deal 2 damage every time you cast a spell. I don't remember what it was called. It was like a red lizard thing. 4 mana 2/3 is too slow. But 2 damage to a random enemy 3 times. Now, when it says random enemy, does it mean that it's going to pick one and hit it 3 times, or is it going to pick 1, then 1, then 1? If that's the case, you can wipe an early game board by playing this, which would mean it'd be great against aggro. But again, I think it's too slow. I think 4 mana 2/3 is not worth it. Threads of Despair, give all minions Death Rattle, deal 1 damage to all minions. Oh, this is that Warlock card that would deal 1 damage to everybody, and then deal, if it killed something, it would keep going, right? But in a different form. If you can get, I mean, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good. Even if you have like a whole bunch of like 1/1s or like 1/1, 1/2, 1/3, where it would just do 3 damage to the enemy board, I feel like it's bad. Alright, Crystalline Statue Rush starts dormant after you draw 4 cards. This awakens. 2 mana though. It, like I said before, this seems like another card where it's like it depends on how many cards you can draw as Demon Hunter. If you can draw a lot of cards quickly, this is real good because it's only 2 mana. Otherwise, it's gonna be 4 turns before it's gonna be turn 6 by the time this thing comes out of its shell. A 6 mana 5 or a 6 statted minion. This has less this has less stats than a 6 mana minion. So it's just gonna die to whatever comes out, and it doesn't push the board at 2, right? And it doesn't have, it has rush though. Oh, well, no, I think it's bad. Unless you can draw cards, then it's good. Caveats. Battlecry, the next Draenei you play, Draenei? I don't know. The next Draenei you play gives your hero its attack for that turn. What? Unyielding Vindicator, Battlecry. The next Draenei you play gives your hero its attack for that turn. Huh. Is there like a big beefy like 6 mana Draenei that has like 7 to 10 attack? That would make this thing insane. Assuming you already have a weapon. Needs more information. Shell game. Gain a random epic rare common from other classes. I feel like it's too random. You're gonna get, like, what if you get a card that you just straight up can't use? I think it's bad. Liftoff. Draw 2 Terran cards, summon a 2/1 starship piece with an effect when launched. Okay. I don't know what that second part means, but draw 2 cards for 3 seems fine. Holy Glow Sticks. Lifesteal, deal 4 damage, costs 1 if you've cast a holy spell this turn. That's good. It has to be good. I remember there used to be like holy spells for Paladin that would be like 1 mana. Or, I don't know if it was specifically for Paladin, but I think it was a holy spell that was like 1 mana, give +3 attack to a minion for this turn or something. If that's the case, then you know, you cast that, then you cast this, you destroy the enemy minion, and you go face. I don't know. Seems like a decent card. Shadow Touch Kvaldir. Priest Kvaldir card. Interesting. Battlecry, your next healing effect deals damage instead. Okay, so you play this on turn 1, then turn 2 you use your hero power to burn their 2 health minion, and you've got a 1 mana 1/3 on the board still. That your opponent still has an empty board. I mean, a 1 mana 1/3 is always good. It's always good. That's so much stats. 2 mana 2/3 was like the good thing back in the day. A one mana 1/2 was crazy back in the day. I remember when Druid got like a bird that was a 1 mana 2/2 and people went insane. So a 1 mana 1/3 has got to be fine. All right, Beached Whale, 7 mana 4/20. Blaze it? Question mark. Taunt. Battlecry, deal 10 damage to this minion. Okay. Are there... Wait, 7 mana though. 7 mana 4/10. This can't be good unless you've got like Priest. If Priest has like a card that brings if Priest has like a couple of small cost cards and bring this back up to 20, and then like double its health, and then make its attack its health, so it'd be like a 40-40, and then you throw it at face on next turn. Is that a thing? I don't know. Serenite Tolvir. Taunt. Whenever this is attack, draw a card. This feels like arena fodder as well. Mic Drop, 3 mana, draw 2 cards. Finale, give your weapon +2 attack. Rogue is all about making sure you use all that mana on every turn. This is good. It's kind of costly, but it gives you 2 cards. Yeah, it's good. It's got to be good, right? Because, like, even on turn 3, you've probably got a weapon out from turn 2. If you play this on turn 3, you now got a dagger that is a 3/2 and 2 extra cards. Sounds good to me. Aqua Archivist. Battle Cry, the next elemental you play costs 2 less. It's good. It's good. It reminds me of the old mech card where it would make the other cards cost less. Even though this is only for the next elemental and the other one used to be a consistent effect. Alright, Purifying Power with a big ol' rainbow unicorn on it. Silence all friendly minions and give them +1/+2. Oh, I remember seeing other cards. Like, there used to be the cards that said can't attack. This card could activate those and give them +1/+2. They typically have good stats, too. I think this is probably a good card in the right deck. Quick Pick. After your hero attacks, draw a card. Has to be good. Has to be good. If you're a rogue and you're finding, like, if there's a way to increase the HP on the card, you just go face with this thing and draw a card and get 2 cards a turn because of your draw and this. It's gotta be good, right? It's gotta be good. Immortal. Taunt, Divine Shield. I really like the flavor on this card. I'm a big StarCraft 2 player. I've loved StarCraft all my life. Seeing these StarCraft cards gives me the wiggles. A 7 mana 5/8 though is a big ask. Battle Cry. Spend 4 mana to double this minion's stats. But it already costs 7. How could you spend 4 mana to double this minion's attack? Be a 10/16 though. Is Druid able to break the mana cap on 10 crystals? If Druid's able to go higher than 10 crystals, if any class, is it still 10 crystals? It's been so long. 7 is still a high cost, but it's Druid, right? So you're ramping. This card's, it's gotta be playable at least, right? Alright, Sing Along Buddy, your hero power triggers twice. I remember there used to be hero power decks back in the day. I used to play, what was that? It's like Champion something or other that like enhanced your... It was in the Grand Tournament, I think. I think I played a little bit in the Grand Tournament now that I think about it. That was a fun deck where they enhanced your hero power. If you had this and you were getting like 8 armor a turn on Warrior, that'd be ridiculous. Or if you were getting 4 guys on Paladin. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Living Prairie, I love that there's cows on top of this thing. 5 mana, 5/4. If you played an elemental last turn, summon 2 3/3 cows with Rush. Is this a nod to the ProZD skit? I really hope it is. Alright, If you played an elemental, if elemental shaman is a thing, then absolutely this card's great. Next pack. Boop, 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 boop. Verse Riff. Give your hero +2 attack this turn, gain 2 armor. Play your last riff. I assume riff is a type of, like, a card family type, where you're like, the idea is you're playing a song or something like that while playing. If that's the case, then this is a cool card. I'm not sure if it's good, but 2 attack and 2 armor. And if your last riff was another verse riff, then you'd get another 2 attack and 2 armor, right? So 2 mana, 2 cards, 6/6, right? 6 attack, 6 armor. That's pretty good. Celestial Projectionist we've already looked at. Rowdy Fan. Battle Cry. Choose a minion. It has 3 attack while this is alive. +3 attack while this is alive. Okay. While this is alive. Arena fodder. Power Chord Synchronize. Power Chord instead of Power Word. I love that. Choose a minion, add a copy of it to your hand. Finale, give both +1/+2. Looks good to me. Looks like a good card to me. You add a copy of it to your hand and give it +1. Yeah, looks good to me. I keep saying that, but deal 3 damage to a minion. Divine Star. Give a random minion in your hand +3 health. Deal 3 damage to a minion and give a random minion in your hand +3. Why not? It's removal with an upside. Sounds good to me. Alright, Dark Moon Magician, Elusive, which is the thing that makes it unable to be targeted by spells or hero powers. If you cast a spell, cast a random spell that costs 1 more, that could be absolutely devastating for both sides of the board. It is a 3 mana 2/4, which isn't too bad. The variance on this thing is insane. A random spell. Like any spell. Ever. Is that what you're telling me? How many spells are in this game? I don't know, man. That's a spooky card to me. Spinecrawler. Taunt, can't attack. Has +3 attack if you control a location. I love the flavor on this card. I absolutely love it. Spinecrawlers were, like, historically, they're used to defend your bases, or if you're a crazy pro player, they're used to rush enemy bases. It's 4/6 that can't attack with taunt, though. Like, I have a feeling someone's just gonna, like, you have to have a location, though. I feel like this isn't the best card. Unless Warlock has a lot of locations that they're using all the time. But I haven't gotten any Warlock locations yet, so. Nesting Golem. Resummon this with -1/-1. 4 mana 4/3. So 4 mana 4/5 used to be the good ol'. If you can buff, like, you could throw, like, what was that paladin spell, like divine blessing or king's blessing or something like that? I don't know if that card still exists, but if it did, throwing kings on this thing and then just have it repeatedly come back and come back and come back would be awesome. It's probably bad, though. Ultralisk Cavern. I literally just said I hadn't gotten any Warlock locations yet. Well, there we go. Now I have one. Deal 1 damage to all enemies. Death Rattle. Summon an 8/8 Ultralisk with Rush. This is crazy good. This is so good. That is insane. I mean, it is going to take 5 turns for it to come out. So it's not going to come out until, like, locations go dormant after their first use, right? And their second use. Well, it takes them 2 turns to come back after every use, right? If that's correct, then you throw this down on turn 3. You throw this down on turn 4 and then tap. Like, seems good to me, man. Seems good to me. Rehydrate, restore 7 health, quick draw, refresh 2 mana crystals. So if you spend this on the day that, or on the day, well, I hope it would be on the same day. On the same turn that you pick it up, you get 2 mana crystals back. So it's basically free. Is it worth a slot in your deck? I guess it really depends on how aggro the meta is. Restoring 7 health for free. I can't believe I'm saying it might be bad, but like, you want to ramp as Druid, right? So you need to get some health back. Unless there's something like Reno used to be a thing where you'd recover your health. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, we've already seen this one. Handle with Bear. Get 2 3/3 bears with taunt. Each turn they're in your hand. Each turn they're in your hand, gain +1/+1. Oh, so they aren't summoned to the field, they're summoned to your hand. How much do they cost? I don't know how to evaluate this card. If there's 0/0s that you then summon, I feel like I'm misunderstanding this card, so I'm just not going to rate it. Fable's Stable Hand. Rush. Battle Cry. If you control a minion with 4 or more attack, gain +2/+2. I feel like that is not contingent to Hunter plans. Unless there used to be like a Savannah High main back in the day where that would be your like closer as an aggro hunter. If there's a card analog to that now still, I don't know, maybe Hunter's slowed down even. There's another Spine Crawler. Tide Pool Pupil. Battle Cry. If you cast 3 spells while holding this, discover one of them. If you've cast 3 spells while holding this, discover one of them. So this is a 2 mana cost card that you don't want to use at 2 mana. I don't see it, personally. Actually, you know what? It's probably crazy in like Mage or something like that, but you have to survive to late game. Ooh, what was that? Fancy effects. Wait. Oh, 5 packs opened? Oh, shit me. I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, that was unintentional. Either way, Starlight Whelp. Get a random card from your starting hand. Yikes. Taunt. Choose one. Discard 2 cards or destroy one of your mana crystals. Forge. Do neither. Seems good to me. Amphibious Elixir. Restore 5 health. Discover a spell. Seems alright to me. Cosmic Keyboard. After you cast a spell, summon an elemental with stats equal to its cost. Lose 1 durability. Okay, so it's not an actual weapon, it's like an augment kind of thing. I want to see all the packs I opened though. I didn't mean to open 5 packs. After your hero attacks, gain an arcane shot. Seems good to me. Oh god. But I want to see them all. No! That's really annoying! Holy shit! Well, that's a feels bad. So if you just go like that, it shows you all of it? Okay, well... Oh well, I guess we'll open one more pack and we'll end this one a little bit early. That's a Sag. Giggling Toymaker, Death Rattle, summon 2 1/2 mechs with Taunt and Divine Shield. Summon 2 1/2 mechs with Taunt and Divine Shield. Death Rattle. 4 mana, holy shit. Wait. Oh, it's got an Annoyatron in it, right? I feel like this is good in Arena, at the very least. Farmhand. Oh, it reminds me of those monsters from Elden Ring? Elden Ring. 3 mana, 4/3. Discover an undead. Quick draw. It costs 2 less. Oh, that's real good. That's really good. I feel like this is a crazy good card. Druid. Spread the word. Draw 2 cards. Cost 1 less for each attack your hero has. Draw 2 cards, cost 1 less for each. There's other cards that were like, have +2 attack or have +4 attack. This could be free. A free draw 2 cards. This is good. It has to be good. Keyboard Soloist. Battle Cry. If you control no other minions, summon 2 1/2 amps with spell damage +1. Spell damage has historically been quite good. Are there still cards like Arcane Missiles where like or like Arcane Barrage where it would determine how many missiles you shoot as a result? If that's the case, then this thing is crazy. Because it would give +2 missiles to each of your spells, right? I don't know if Arcane Missiles is even a good thing anymore. Dirge of Despair. Deal 3 damage to a character. If that kills it, summon a demon from your deck. Is it any demon from your deck? Could you just like play this on turn 6 and just have like a fat 10 mana demon sitting in your deck that you summon? But you have to kill a target and it costs 6 mana. I feel like this isn't too hard to set up. But Warlock getting to turn 6, am I right? Alright, well, I think it's a fun card at the very least. I think it's interesting. I think it could do well. But what if you put like 1 or 2 fat demons in your deck and then like you draw them by accident and then this has nothing to hit, you know? You have to have like a heavier end demon deck. Or at least have a demon that has like a battle cry that is bad for you so that this just like summons it without the battle cry. Like that Rook we saw earlier. Could be good. Alright, well, unfortunately with that snafu, we're gonna be 5 packs shorter than we assumed we would be for this episode. But But that's fine. That's fine. We saw the cool cards that came out of them. The other ones were all just like commons and rares. So, kind of annoyed, but oh well. Anyways, this is going to conclude part 2 of the pack opening of Hearthstone by a noob who has no idea what he's talking about. Again, I just want to say, don't get angry if your favorite card got shit on, or if an absolutely terrible card got praise. I have no context for any of this. So yeah, I hope you had a couple laughs, especially if they're at my expense for this sort of thing. But yeah, I've been Nombly with Game of the Week. This has been opening free packs in Hearthstone. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.